I'll introduce the whole 11 dimensions completely and answer all the questions you have about the 11 dimensions. Please listen. The normally what you perceive in your day-to-day life, the length, breadth, depth, that is one dimension. Then only breadth and depth exists in one dimension. Listen carefully. Only breadth and depth exists in certain dimension. If you want me to give an example, there will only be visualization and cognition, no verbalization. Some dreams, sometimes in the dream you will be seeing. Only visualization, only cognition, no verbalization. How many of you have experienced that kind of dream? And even this object, its breadth and the depth can be left and length can be moved out. Then what will happen, you know? Really, length can be moved out. Then if you put your hand like this, you will see object. If you put your hand like this, you will not feel the object. I'll explain further. Materialization happens from this plane. Understand? Any object gets dismantled and goes into this plane, and in this plane only the movement is possible. Then again it gets assembled. I think this will give you a much better example. If this length is taken out of this object, to any length this can be shifted. If your ego is taken out of you, you can just become Sadashiva. Ganga is flowing, one bamboo is floating on it. Because that bamboo is floating, you call this side Ganga, that side Ganga. If you lift the bamboo, it's Ganga. Same way, this length makes this object not to be moved in length. Defined length differentiates this object from the space of length. Your defined degree makes you dumb to all other subjects. Please understand. With all my integrity, I am telling you. Actually, just now, while I was walking, I said, I am feeling too good. Please call all the Adinavasis, the Balasans, everyone. The session is going to be grand. I'm going to be, I don't know what all I'm going to reveal. So I was giving instruction. Actually, I was releasing more and more sounds, but they were able to grasp only these few words. And then they were, Only then I understood I am now operating not just on the verbal plane, I am operating from the Mauna plane, means where breadth and depth will be there and length will not be continuously existing. Understand? That is what is called Muni, Mauni. The length, logic does not continuously exist. But the visualization ability and depth both will exist. For example, We are going to build 8-floor building here for Gurukul. The moment I see the plan, I can precisely tell the number of switch, 3 plugs needed. My visualization, how many feet the foundation has to go, how many feet the rooftop column will come, does not take more than flash of second. I just know how the temple is going to be. That's all. It takes almost 10 days for me to verbalize it to the Sthapati to do as I want. Because visualization is like a cotton, breath is like a cotton, verbalization is like a thread. Like a flash visualization happens in me, breath. And the depth recognizes it. But length is missing. Actually, length missing is not bad, it is good. For whoever the length is missing, only the breadth and depth is existing. They are called Muni. Because verbalization constantly is not there, it's missing. Same way, they are also called Rishi, Mantra Trashta. Whoever can see mantra is Mantra Trashta, Rishi. Upanishads are not saying who can hear the mantra, no. Who can see the mantra is Mantra Drashta, Rishi. Listen to this very carefully. The definition of Rishi in the Vedic tradition is not who can hear the mantra. You always think mantra is sound, you should be able to hear. But the definition says Mantra Drashta, means who sees mantra, not who hears mantra. Understand? There is a space where length is completely missing, only the breadth and depth exists. That's what I'm trying to convey to you. That space is all intelligence. This object, the moment it identifies itself with this length, it misses the whole cosmic length. If this can be removed, it can be pushed into any cosmic length and it can appear in Ohio, it can appear in Oklahoma, it can appear in Atlantica, wherever you want. The length can be again assembled, then it will be again back to that same dumb walking stick. Listen. This is what I was trying to convey to them and they were not able to grasp. When you identify yourself as liar, unfortunately, you always function in the mold of denying everything else is only asserting what you mean. Understand? Listen. The operational logic of a ego is yes to something, no to everything else. I wanted you to know just now before the session, I was lying in my courtyard. I could see very clearly all the organs, internal organs of this body and all the bodies around me. So when I got up and started walking towards the session, I was thinking why people lose this power, capacity. This is one of the power Sadashiva describes. Listen carefully. When you have been told to see external things, you always feel if I have to see this, I should not see anything else. If I just remove that length, all length starts with denial, limitation. If you actually, what do you think? If you have to excel as a lawyer, you are strongly believing you should not know anything about medicine. You can't be a doctor. If you have to excel as a doctor, you strongly believe you cannot be engineer. Look into it carefully. You always calculate, for example, oh, if I have to become a lawyer, I should spend 4 hours on it. If I have to become a doctor, I should spend 4 hours on it. If I have to become an engineer, I should spend 4 hours on that. All the three, if I master, end of my career, I may make $100,000 in each. But if I put everything into the law itself, I may make $1 million in law itself. Then let me put all my everything into law. You start believing very subtly but stupidly, if you have to excel, you have to put all of you into that lesson. That all of you, the meaning is not the quantity, it is supposed to be quality. The big difference is, whenever you think all of you should be put into one for you to excel, it is this moment, not 24 hours. For how many of you it clicks? But that stupid belief we have, understand? If you catch this understanding, you will really grasp one of the major self-denial thought current which is not letting you manifest powers. You always think only by denying something in something you excel. But the length is the dimension responsible for that. Your logic is responsible for that. Your thinking thought current is responsible for that. Now you may get an idea. Now knowing all this, how is it going to become reality for me? Know it. Making it into reality is my job. Understand? I am not only talking, I am putting certain ideas into you. The proof of what I am saying is, you will start talking many ideas which you never heard from me in this class. Verbally you would not have heard from me, but you will start talking those ideas very clearly about this 11th dimension. That is the proof for what I am saying. Now listen, this 2-3 things. How much ever you can understand, understand. The part which you can't understand, I will talk to you directly, which is not known to you. There is you, which is not known to you. I will talk to that guy directly. Whatever is known to you as you, with that, try to grasp whatever I am sharing. Every time you making the choice of yes makes you live, engage with life. Unfortunately, your deep belief pattern, only by saying no to everything else, your yes is intensified. A faltu lesson given to you in your schools, in your examinations. This thought current is drilled into you in a violent way. Actually, a person who logically thinks, 3-hour lawyer, 3-hour engineer, 3-hour doctor, at end I'll make $100,000. Better if I put a whole thing as lawyer, I'll make $1 million. Never achieve success because this thought current is faltu. It is not about 24 hours put in the lawyer makes you successful lawyer. Any amount of time you spend, the quality, the whole being put in that makes you successful lawyer. Understand? Not the length, but the breadth and depth makes you successful. Whenever you mistake, your length is responsible for success. You make foolish decisions. All decisions made trusting the power of the length leads you to failure. Mark this one statement. All decisions made trusting the power of length leads to failure. It is like getting into a mud horse and trying to cross the river. Listen. How many of you really feel, yes, this hits, this clicks? I can give you now tons and tons of examples. Even intellectually understanding and telling your third eye, it is not necessary you need to exclude seeing the internal organs to see the external. You can include, will open up the third eye 360 degree, which I will do it for you guys today. That's actually one of the next powers. You can see your internal organs. You can see your internal organs. In 8 places, Sadashiva gives technique for this. In Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, he talks about it. That is one of the part of the Agama. Well known, Satyananda Saraswati, Osho, even Muktananda, all of them commented on that. In that there is a technique, Sadashiva talks about it. You also need to know every part of you where you made yourself believe, you have to deny one part to be master of the other part, need to be broken and completed every time. See, listen. For example, your third eye. Your both eyes and third eye, I should say all 3 eyes, are able to see externally. They are not able to see internally. You have not done any big damage to it. You just told all 3 of them, you can't see internally. If you just tell them you can see internally, they will open up. That's all. It may look very funny. But when I make you experience 1 or 2 powers, then you will understand, hey, it is all that much only. Because for closing, you have not done any big crime. So for opening also, you don't need to do any big tapas. You need somebody to tell you this truth, that's all. Understand? Understand? See, you praising by Guru's grace, everything is happening, great. But you praising me should not be out of weakening you. You don't have to put yourself down to raise me up. Understand? Praise me only from the right context, that is the safe for me. praising me cannot be used as a diversion for your mistake. Many people do that. They will mess up, come to me and praise. You only you can do all this, Swamiji. Nobody can do all this. What it means? I have messed up. I have bungled up. Now I just have to manage the show without you turning your gun towards me. Listen. Removing denial opens up so many powers and possibilities in you. Even if you praise me out of denial, it is dangerous. Listen, sometime, as I was telling now, you have not done big wrong crimes to lose certain powers. So you don't need to do big tapas to gain that power. You just need somebody to remind you. In this situation, if you praise me for reminding you are right, I am right, we are integrated. If you overpraise, no, you are given this. The praising is not integrated, and the same pattern will continue when you want to blame, when you are depressed. Unintegrated person's praising is the most dangerous food which you should never eat. Let me come back to the subject of this breadth and depth. Now, you can talk to your third eye and tell your third eye, because you should see this, you don't have to stop that. I can do a small support, I can get into your biomemory depth level and remind that. That's all is the process. It's nothing but sometimes the deeper part of you, you lose connection. Listen carefully. If you feel at some points of your life, even you are not able to handle you, those moments only, even you lose connection to the deeper parts of you. So at that kind of situations only, my help may be required to tell the deeper part of you which is not listening to you. That is what is all about this whole process. How many of you understand this concept of denial? How many of you feel like that many part of you have denied? Very foolishly. Because of your belief, only if you deny something you will excel. Which is not right. Which is not right. Actual truth is, if you take up everything comes in front of you, you will excel in everything comes in front of you. These Nityananda Yogam participants had the opportunity of seeing me closely how I sit in my courtyard and conduct my cosmic court. Whether it's the Balasant having pus in his ears needs healing, or somebody came and stole something in some branches, or some devotee got into accident, he needs immediate healing, I need to attend. How I sit and go on micromanaging tirelessly, almost 800 to 1000 decisions I make a day. without decision fatigue. Actually, 2 days before the Sadashivaham started, I took the Sadashivaham team all around the campus and I was telling them, hey, don't think you guys have done a big job. All of us put together, we made 2,000 phone calls and 100 successful phone calls. That's all. Don't think about what you did based on the result. Think only based on what you did. If you think based on the result, you will fall into decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is one of the biggest suffering of the corporate mind. And I said, all of us put together made 2,000 phone call and 100 successful phone call, that's all. The whole team collapsed, came down to planet Earth. I should say got grounded from the airy, fairy, Hari. Result is the sign of our completion, but based on result, you cannot assume what you have done. When it comes to what you have done, see, feeling about what you contributed should come only from what is the effort you put. See, what I am talking is talking from the context of becoming egoistic out of air, thin air. All this, all right, this whole thing is done. What these guys have done? One phone call to this contractor, one phone call to the umbrella fellow, one phone call to the Dumbai fellow, one phone call to the volunteers team. They tied it over. Oh. Let us come down. See, I am telling you, inside me, how I feel about my life, I get up, just go around, flirt few minutes with the deities. Actually, if you want to see my face blushing, you should see when I am seeing Anandeshwara. All my best pictures are when I am blushing at him. When I am seeing Sadashiva and blushing at him. Actually, our deity, Nityanandeshwara Sadashiva in the temple, I have made it exactly as I saw him as Arunagiri Yogeshwara in Arunachala. And then the Devi is Mahasaraswati, our Adishakti in temple. I had the darshan of Mahasaraswati in Badri, where that Saraswati enters into the underground. That Saraswati is not Brahma's wife. No, please understand. Adishakti is worshipped as Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi, Mahadevi, who is not wife of Brahma Vishnu Rudra. No. Who is feminine source of Brahma Vishnu Rudras. So the Mahasaraswati's darshan I had, exactly as I saw her, I have made. So when I see the two deities, that is the best picture you can get of me. Whole face will be blushing. So that is what exactly I feel about I just come and blush with the deities for a few minutes and go around, tease some of the brahmacharis and make fun of these balasans. And then come back and sit and just spend a little time asking some questions and answering some questions. Sometimes questioning your answers and sometimes answering your questions. Go back and rest back into samadhi. That's all. You not building castles in the air about your contribution keeps you away from denial and keeps you grounded about life. The decision fatigue is all about entertaining denial. When you entertain denial, Listen carefully. You need to justify you are doing too many big things. So you have to always weigh yourself based on the result, not based on what you contributed. This is one of the biggest corporate problem. And I tell you, decision fatigue damages your liver and intestine. If you remove decision fatigue from your life, you will grow younger. Decision fatigue starts as delusion, ends as disease. Decision fatigue starts as delusion, grows as disorder, ends as disease. I know many of you are not convinced that you have a decision fatigue. You all feel that really you are contributing something. Because it is such an important, how important I am for the society and for the people around me. That is one of the important food you eat that is being now denied. Understand, listen, you may now think how the length and this denial is connected. Whenever you decide, I will not put my energy on lawyer, engineer, multiple things, and I will put only in one. You will start seeing your efficiency to engage with life drastically comes down due to boredom attack. You always think, I will put all the 12 hours into the law and master, and you forget to understand there is something called boredom, which will be attacking you. You will be falling prey for it. You may have to face that in your course. You don't plan to handle, you don't have a right plan to handle the boredom. But you deny all the other entertaining aspects of your routine. When the boredom attacks, you collapse. Denial always leads to low efficiency, low engagement with life. When the engagement with life comes down, depth of the boredom increases. Depth of the boredom, denial, less engagement with life, decision fatigue is all one and the same. How many of you are catching? All these are just one and the same. Not only in your corporate life, even in your spiritual third eye life, even in manifesting Sadashivatva, you play the same stupid game. We all cheat ourselves. Listen carefully. The length part of us goes on denying our complete existence. Your 360 possibility is denied, reduced to 120 vision due to your length and idea of if this is there, this can't be there. How many of you are catching? Understand? Now, before taking you into the next dimension, I wanted to give you a glimpse of this dimension. At least I want you to know it is a possibility. I'm going to spend few minutes to tell the same truth to your biomemory. Now I told your logic. You try to tell this to yourself, especially to your third eye. Especially to your third eye. Just like how you talk to others, talk to your third eye, tell. Because you are seeing this, you don't have to deny this. Because you are seeing this, you can see this. Understand? Because you are seeing this, you can't see this is Asuri. Asura. Because you are seeing this, you can see this Sura. Sura means because of this is this also possible. He is called God. Because of this, this is not possible. He is called Asura, demon. The definition of Sura and Asura in Puranas is because of this is not possible, is Asura, means cutting, denying. Because this is possible, this is also possible, is Sura, awakening, raising God. Who is God? Who is demon? Puranas define, because I can see this, I can't see that, is Asura. Because I can see this, I can see that, is Sura. How many of you are catching what I am saying? Actually, it's a meaning of the word, the Sanskrit word Sura, Asura is wherever logic is used for possibility, it is called Sura. Wherever logic is used for impossibility, it is called Asura. You can say, because I can see this, I can't see this. Because I can see this, I should be able to see this. How many of you are catching this Sura, Asura? Please raise your hand. Suras always manifest powers. Asuras always lose into powerlessness. The basic mental thought current principle. For a few minutes, you sit and talk to your third eye about the Sura. There is part of your third eye which you may not be able to contact. It's not that everyone have that problem. Understand? Few of you may be not able to reach your whole third eye. So for them, I will support by reaching out the unattended, the part of you which you are not able to reach out, I will reach out. And tell the same truth to that part to wake up. Listen, step 1. You will tell yourself about the possibility of internally you can see. Step 2. Literally start rolling your eyes and start seeing. Without imagining. Don't imagine because you know how the liver will be, heart will be, lungs will be, brain will be. Don't imagine. Just try to see how it looks. Who knows what is there, what is not there, and how it is there. Shall we start for a few minutes? I wanted you guys to catch the glimpse of what is breadth and depth without length. If I make you guys catch the glimpse, I can lead you to the next with more experience. First few minutes, you don't have to close your eyes. Sit straight. Keep your eyes open. With your eyes open, you can talk to yourself. Give instruction to your third eye. Because you can see this, you can see that. It is not necessary because you can see this, you can't see that. You don't have to be asura. So awaken the logic of sura means gods. Because you can see this, you can see this. Continue for a few minutes, talk to you with your eyes open. Have conversation with your third eye. It is possible because your third eye is a living energy. You can talk to it. Tell yourself, because you can see this, you can see this. Even to both your eyes, all three eyes. Talk to all three eyes. Tell both the eyes, because you can see this, you can see this.